Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, folks. I know we have an international crowd here. So thank you for being here today, wherever you're joining from. I know Mel is going to launch a poll in just a moment. We'd love to know how AI is going for you, both at work and in your own lives. So if you're up for sharing what's going great or not so great, or maybe just okay, in chat, we would love to hear from you. And we'll look for some opportunities to speak to that today as well. Okay, so here's just a brief overview of today's agenda. Now that we've said hello, we'll tell you a bit about SweetRush, then jump into a brief level set about the current state of AI in our industry and the opportunities that are ripe for the capturing. The heart of our presentation today will start with an overview of our pyramid model of AI strategy and adoption, and then we'll follow that up with a deeper dive into all three segments of the pyramid. We will pause after each segment to take any questions that have come up during the discussion, and then we'll also have a more robust Q&A at the end of our session today. A little bit more about SweetRush. Advance here. Quick word about us for those of you who might be new to us. We launched in 2001, almost a quarter century ago, and have been fully remote since 2009. We focus on performance improvement and digital transformation strategies, which do include custom learning solutions, emerging technologies, staff augmentation, talent placement, and strategic consulting to help our client partners develop their learning and development roadmap. It is our joy and honor to receive numerous industry awards for the solutions we develop with our amazing client partners, including several from our hosts, e-learning industry. I will now turn things over to my colleague, Danny Silver, for a quick level set on where we are with AI and what opportunities are open to us as L&D folks.
Great, thank you, Tiff. So for years, we've all worked with and built highly effective traditional L&D programs. Think of those foundational experiences, rich content and manuals, engaging videos, structured quizzes, really all focused on excellent content delivery. These methods have been incredibly valuable for ensuring consistent knowledge transfer and that foundational understanding. But something profound is happening that's fundamentally transforming learning as we know it. So look at the other side of this slide. This is AI-powered L&D, and it represents a dramatic evolution towards learner empowerment. Here, AI isn't just another tool, it's about giving learners agency, exploration, and truly personalized experiences. Instead of passively consuming information, imagine learners actively engaging with the free-form avatar interaction, for example, and then receiving intelligent coaching tailored to their specific needs, or even diving into adaptive simulations that respond to their performance. This isn't just about training, it's about dynamic content curation that creates deeper, more impactful learning, building upon the strong foundations that we've already established. So why does this shift matter beyond just engaging learners? Because the integration of AI brings profound strategic value to your entire organization. It's about amplifying human potential. It's about creating richer, more connected, and adaptive learning ecosystems that drive tangible business results. We see this value across four interconnected areas here. First, personalization at scale. So adapting learning to individual needs while seamlessly connecting vast organizational knowledge, often through the power of custom knowledge bases, which is a topic that we're going to dive deeper into shortly. Next, immersion and agency, truly engaging the whole learner through experiences like digital twins and XR media asset libraries. Then content curation, so using AI-driven insights to curate incredibly relevant and impactful learning journeys efficiently. And ultimately, it all leads to clear business impact and ROI, directly aligning L&D with your strategic goals. And beneath it all, AI enables deeper organizational insights, uncovering patterns and knowledge gaps that inform crucial decisions. So this interconnected value is exactly what our pyramid framework helps you systemically unlock. This quote perfectly captures the strategic role of AI in modern L&D. So AI amplifies human potential, creating richer, more connected, and adaptive learning ecosystems, and drives strategic organizational value. So this here is SweetRush's human-centered strategic pyramid framework. This isn't just a conceptual model, it's the methodology that we're leveraging to empower L&D leaders like yourselves to map your AI ecosystem, especially as some of you might be pursuing AI here for the first time. So it's human-centered because every layer is designed to amplify human potential and to integrate ethical, nuanced understanding. So at the base of the pyramid, we establish your essential AI L&D infrastructure and strategy. So this includes human-centric knowledge design, which is about cultivating institutional wisdom through custom knowledge bases. We have responsible AI strategy and road mapping, which is about co-creating unique AI principles. And then we have multifunctional digital twins, which are dynamic virtual replicas of objects, spaces, or even people that can bring AI and VR together to enhance human understanding and interaction. These foundational assets are all built with human agency in mind. Moving up, the middle layer is about programmatic enablement. Here we leverage that strong foundation to integrate AI into your L&D strategies. This includes intelligent L&D content and program design, allowing us to save time and personalize content, and AI skill and competency programs designed to build practical AI fluency across your workforce. And then finally, at the top, we have advanced modalities and insights. This is where these programs deliver highly effective individual AI experiences, from AI-powered coaches to immersive VR simulations, all drawing upon those foundational assets that were created at the bottom of the pyramid in the foundation layer. So this framework ensures that every AI initiative is part of a really cohesive strategic ecosystem that is also learner-centered. So I know that was a lot. Any initial questions about these layers before we take a closer look at each of them? And we will follow up on the next couple of slides with each layer here. So Tiffany, Mel, I'm not sure if we have any questions or if we should dive into the pyramid.
I am not seeing any yet. I do invite folks to just keep dropping questions into chat. We'll try to get into those as we go, or if not, at the end. Thanks for asking, Danny. We'll keep you posted.
All right. So let's jump in and take a look at how to build a strategic foundation for AI in your organization. So everything else we do with AI really depends on this solid base. So let's jump in to what that looks like. In our daily lives, we're swimming in raw data and information. Many believe more of this leads to truth, but as this hierarchy shows, the true value lies in how we ascend these levels. Data are raw facts. Organized, they become information. Building on that, institutional knowledge is your organization's documented facts and processes, which are crucial for efficiency. However, institutional wisdom goes deeper. It's the insightful application of that knowledge, integrating ethics, long-term thinking, and nuanced judgment. While AI excels at processing information and organizing knowledge at scale, it's this less tangible wisdom and human experience that truly fuels creativity, curiosity, and drives that behavior change. So this is precisely why we are human-centered in the age of AI. Unlocking your organization's true potential begins with cultivating this unique wisdom. So let's look at how we would achieve that. So we believe channeling your organization's true potential, again, lies in this unique knowledge, not in the unique knowledge, but also in the wisdom. Our approach is deeply human, recognizing the art and science of truly cultivating insight, even with advanced AI. So the process starts by identifying and mapping expertise. So finding who in the organization holds the critical insights. Next, we capture and we document that wisdom directly from your experts and your learners, focusing on the knowledge, the invaluable stories, and the advice that forms your institutional truth. This human side is essential. Finally, we structure and we index this knowledge using robust frameworks, making it reusable and accessible. This strategically mapped wisdom then powers two critical pathways. On one side, it directly fuels powerful AI applications. So imagine AI coaches providing contextual feedback or just-in-time knowledge from co-created RAG models, enabling wisdom at scale. And Andres will touch on these technical applications a little later. But equally important, the same structured wisdom has immense non-AI applications. They can be reused for strategic planning, for optimizing operations, enriching AR initiatives, extending far beyond your digital tools. It's about transforming fragmented expertise into versatile, powerful assets for both today's AI and your broader organizational future. And to illustrate how we cultivate or channel institutional wisdom, we want to share a project that we're prototyping internally. So the core concept is to capture the unique knowledge and the personality of key leaders as conversational AIs, essentially acting as living legacies for their companies. We're currently prototyping this with an AI avatar of our own co-founder here, Arturo. So the idea is to build his knowledge base by personally interviewing him and combining his wisdom with the evolving wisdom and foundational stories from longtime SweetRush team members. So this goes beyond just that institutional knowledge. It actually bottles his unique philosophy, his adages, his entrepreneurial personality, and the collective spirit of the company, precisely that institutional wisdom we just discussed. So imagine this power for onboarding. You could personally ask him, why the name Sweet Rush, for example, or what was the biggest risk we took in the early days? How powerful is that for a new employee to ask, to be able to learn directly from the founders? Imagine injecting emotional realism and humor into L&D, wondering and delighting your learners, cultivating values-driven leadership, or guiding an experiential journey through your organization's past, present, and future, all powered by this unique blend of human wisdom and AI. So with that, I'll hand over to Adrian to speak about the next block in our pyramid. Or rather, yes,
An-
Andres or
Andres.
Adrian? Okay.
You're on mute, Andres.
Okay.
Moving on to another crucial block within our strategy foundation, let's explore enterprise AI and digital twin solutions. This capability is fundamental to building a robust AI strategy as it involves creating dynamic virtual replicas of your operations, products, or even spaces. These digital twins, which can be powered by or have AI integration, not only offer profound strategic insights, but also uniquely play into the multifunctional value of 3D and XR assets for learning in many other enterprise applications. Through AI and digital twins, we can create intelligent virtual replicas of physical entities, from objects and spaces to people. Think about virtual replica of a jet engine for predictive maintenance, or a digital twin of an entire hospital optimizing patient flow, or even a virtual patient used for realistic medical training. Another example is digital twin of a factory. Through these smart factories, we can train workers in a risk-free environment and even detect potential issues before they impact physical operations. The true power of digital twin lies in their multifunctional value. These intelligent models aren't just for one purpose. They can be, I'm sorry. The true
That's
power of digital twins lies in their multifunctional value. These intelligent models aren't just for one purpose. They can leverage across digital touchpoints for learners, customers, and key stakeholders alike. For learners and analytics, imagine immersed training with volumetric models, driving specific performance outcomes in operations and management. They facilitate real-time data analysis, physics simulations, and even sustainability insights for industrial applications. Digital twins and their underlying XR assets are also invaluable for partnerships and recruitments, forming the basis for engaging educational platforms and immersive recruitment experience, and for marketing and communications. They transform customer education and product demonstrations. Crucially, these versatile twins can be accessed on a range of devices, from trade show caves and desktop VR to headset or even simple 3D models embedded in videos. At SweetRush, we think dynamically and strategically about maximizing your use of digital twins and XR asset across your entire enterprise. Danny?
Yes, I'm happy to jump in and present some examples of digital twins. Thank you, Andres. So in this example here, for a large architecture and engineering client, we conceptualized this BIM demonstrator, so building information model demonstrator, to make abstract AI principles more tangible. This tool provides visual and interactive learning of AI principles by showing, for instance, how AI-ready data impacts project sustainability in a real-world architecture and engineering application, acting as a powerful storytelling and visualization platform. This versatility extends if you have existing digital twins, perhaps from SolidWorks for supply chain simulations or manufacturing efficiency analysis. We can leverage them, bringing them into our game engines for immersive learning. If you don't, we can build these foundational digital twins in Unity and then roadmap other strategic enterprise uses, ensuring scalability and customization for your needs. Then in this next project, a physiological heart model powerfully showcases our ability to create sophisticated 3D XR assets. While not a true digital twin, as it doesn't integrate with live physical medical equipment or provide a real-time bidirectional connection to a specific unique physical heart, it profoundly immerses physicians in ECG mastery. So through dynamic visualizations of electrical pathways and interactive navigation, they can truly understand complex cardiac anatomy. This project exemplifies how these foundational models can deliver multifunctional value, not just for learning, but also for areas like pharmaceutical marketing or strategic partnerships within that strategic foundation of the pyramid. All right, so moving on to the next block here, with AI's transformative power, embedding responsibility from the ground up isn't just about compliance. It's a strategic imperative for long-term success. And so in this block here, we'll talk about that responsible AI strategy and road mapping. To set the stage for this block here, let's consider the scale of impact. The World Economic Forum projects that 83 million jobs will be displaced by AI in just the next 5 years, even as 69 million new ones emerge. This immense workforce transformation isn't just a statistic. It's a profound shift that demands proactive, ethical leadership. It underscores the urgent need for every organization to strategically manage AI's impact responsibly, ensuring a truly human-centric transition. And here are some ways to do that. We recognize AI isn't just a panacea. It requires careful, ethical integration. To build a robust and responsible AI strategy as a core part of your foundation, we can empower organizations to adopt AI responsibly through several key areas. This includes co-creating unique AI principles and policies that set your ethical compass. We also focus on industry-specific ethical analysis to proactively address unique risks, and we can guide Turing test development to ensure your AI systems meet human-centered standards. The goal is a tailored framework and a clear roadmap for responsible AI adoption. And let's explore some of these in more detail here on the next slide. So to truly build a responsible AI strategy within your foundation, we focus on values-driven AI principles and mental model shifts. We don't just use generic principles. Instead, we leverage inputs like your internal channels, existing guidelines, and importantly, our empathy interviews and qualitative analysis. Through all of this, we co-create unique AI principles specific to your organization. For example, awareness of cost or transparency. We're grounding these principles deeply in your authentic culture. And of course, principles demand action. So from here, we define mental model shifts. These are the vital mindset and behavioral changes that foster a cohesive AI culture. By aligning these shifts with your custom principles, we can ensure that your teams genuinely embody AI principles driving that sustained change. And here on this next slide, you can see concrete examples of mental model shifts that we define for global construction clients' AI training. It's not enough to just tell people about AI tools or policies. Remember, it's not just about technology adoption, but it's about leveraging AI as a transformational force. And to truly affect change and to foster new behaviors, we must understand and address and honor the underlying attitudes. For example, I'm apprehensive that AI will make my role redundant, or I don't know how to use AI tools for my role. By honoring where people are now and where we want to get them to, that's how we start to affect change. So by first co-creating these unique AI principles and then mapping these to mental model shifts, we're able to ensure that the training and the policies directly cultivate the mindsets and the behaviors that we're trying to achieve. This approach, part of the strategic foundation, is how we guarantee teams don't just learn about AI, but truly embody their organization's vision for its responsible and impactful use. Andres,
And
I'm throwing it back to you now for the Turing tests.
yeah, moving into another critical aspect of responsible AI strategy, we leverage a tool called Turing test. If you're not familiar, Alan Turing proposed a test in 1950 as a thought experiment. Can machines think? If a human judge could not tell whether they were conversing with a human or a machine, the machine will demonstrate human-level intelligence. At SweetRush, we take that further, evaluating when and how AI amplifies human potential and when it doesn't or should not. We conduct internal tests comparing AI outputs like language or storytelling against human experts, and judges reveal where AI excels, where it needs development, and where human insight is critical. We think this offers immense value for organizations, gaining clarity in what tasks to automate versus preserve, identifying new opportunities, and truly enhancing human expertise. We can customize this test for your industry, figuring out what your human-centered AI strategy is. Before moving to our next pyramid layer, I want to emphasize that responsible AI isn't just a service. It is a core, it is integral to how we operate. This commitment is vital for any organization building an AI future. We actively fact-check AI outputs using tools like Perplexity, Deep Research, and we employ AI detection like GPT-0 to maintain authenticity and human oversight. And that is also integrated in all the tools that we created. Our ethical alignment prioritizes accuracy, transparency, and human-in-the-loop validation in all processes. These practices are crucial for constructing a robust strategic foundation. They ensure AI initiatives are inertially built on trust and ethical principles, essential for successful integration within any organization. Do we have any audience question at this point, Tiffany?
We do, actually. We have a really good question from Aman about privacy issues when making a digital twin. And Adrian is ready to jump in, I believe.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I saw two questions with digital twins. The first one was from Bentley. So a digital twin is an asset that we would create that it's an exact replica of its real version. So for example, think of maybe, well, I used the example of a thermal cooling machine, which was used in a project. So we built an exact replica of that machine. So now that you have the digital version of it, you can create different types of training, whether it's a web-based simulation or a virtual reality simulation, but the asset is there, and now it can be used in different ways. Now, to answer the other question, that unit that digital twin that we built was of a very specialized equipment of a client that we had, which was part of their like secret process into building this component I cannot mention. So when that happens, we have to sign NDAs, and there plenty legal documentation that's set up around the project. And then we simply hand over all files, the projects and the assets, and all that belongs to the client, and it's no longer in our possession. So it's handled in a very responsible way. I don't know if that answered the question.
Thank you, Adrian.
Also, by the way, a digital twin can be an environment. So for Hilton, we've created rooms, lobbies, and then also certain like assets again that are valuable for their training that are specific for Hilton.
Thank you so much, Adrian. Yeah, those Hilton assets really do bring that setting to life. Thanks, folks, for your questions. Keep them coming. And I believe we're going to pop back over to Danny for a dive into programmatic enablement.
Yep. So transitioning up our strategic pyramid to the programmatic enablement layer, we'll now explore how your foundational AI strategy translates into actionable capabilities across your workforce. So this vital block here is AI skill and competency programs. This is about equipping your teams with the practical skills and behaviors needed to truly thrive and lead in an AI-driven landscape. So these numbers paint a clear picture of today's workforce. By the end of 2024, a significant 35% of US workers were already using AI tools, which was a rapid jump from just 8% the year before. However, the critical insight is that despite this high usage, only about 12% of the entire US workforce actually received employer-provided AI training, and 56% of all employees still don't feel prepared to use AI effectively at work. This highlights a crucial point. High usage does not equal readiness. So knowledge alone isn't enough. Without structured, practical training, AI adoption risks being superficial, just basic awareness rather than true mastery. Real capability involves shifting how people think, how they act, and how they integrate these powerful tools into their daily workflows. It's about achieving genuine behavioral and tool mastery, ensuring teams don't just understand AI, but truly embody its responsible and effective use. To empower your workforce for AI, our training programs are designed as distinct pathways. While clients often have unique topics, these three clear themes can help you target your AI training strategy, building upon the overall strategic foundation that we discussed earlier. So first, the AI fundamentals and responsible innovation. So this pathway addresses the foundational understanding of AI, including its ethical application, managing bias, and secure data handling. It's about defining and embodying your unique AI principles, fostering those safe practices, and ensuring that your teams embrace AI responsibly. Second, we have practical AI for enhanced productivity. So this focuses on immediate, tangible skills like AI tools and platforms, prompt engineering, and human AI collaboration. This pathway equips individuals to directly leverage AI for daily tasks, driving efficiency and creating strong human AI partnerships. And finally, the strategic AI integration and transformation layer is designed for leaders and change agents. This pathway dives into AI project management, integrating it into specific industry contexts, and mastering change management for AI adoption. So to see these AI skill and competency programs in action, consider our work with a global technical organization. We empowered their product owners with critical AI prompt engineering skills through this interactive learning lab. This wasn't just theoretical, it combined detailed guides and customizable templates with engaging real-world scenarios for hands-on practice. This accessible lab equipped product owners to confidently leverage AI, driving immediate innovation and efficiency in their daily work. So a true example of fostering practical AI capability through targeted training. Another example of our AI skill and competency programs is our collaboration with a global retailer. Here we developed an e-learning experience for their sales and marketing teams, focusing on the crucial ethical and responsible use of generative AI. This program didn't shy away from complexity. Instead, it used nuanced scenarios to help learners explore bias mitigation strategies and to gain practical guidance for navigating real-world ethical dilemmas. The end goal was to empower employees to leverage AI ethically, enhancing both integrity and consumer trust, showcasing how we build responsible and strategically aligned AI fluency. And in this last example in this section, for a global architecture and engineering firm, we're developing a comprehensive AI training program to create responsible AI adoption enterprise-wide. This program includes in-depth modules on AI principles, ethics, prompt engineering, all complemented by hands-on prompt engineering simulations, which provide learners with real-time feedback. It features an AI coach for personalized guidance, and it incorporates insight videos showcasing employees' perspectives to build shared understanding. This demonstrates how we create tailored, impactful AI skill and competency programs that blend practical application with cultural alignment for a significant organizational transformation. And now I think I'm handing it over to Adriana to
Yes.
talk about the next block in this layer.
Thanks, Danny. So technology is allowing learning content creation and consumption to be faster, smarter, and more personalized. Intelligent LXD content and program design is about using data and AI to create learning experiences that are not just efficient, but impactful. So there's these two data points, which is the next slide. There's 61% of L&D professionals say that lack of time is their top obstacle creating effective learning content or training content. And 75% of them anticipate a shift towards more custom learning content in the near future. So to tackle this, you can either use existing AI content for creation, or like we did, you can create your own tools. So for time reduction, scalability, and standardization, we created what we call the SweetRush generator tool, which is built on top of Google Docs. And we chose to build it here to leverage Google's collaboration features. And what it does is allow multiple LXDs to work together to create content using any of the leading large language models. So how it works is we have a knowledge base where we store a specific content like PDFs or databases, videos, and all that. And then separate to that, we also have a database for standardized prompts. And then through RAG technology, we add those standardized prompts to the ones used by the LXDs. So for example, looking at the slide, several LXDs using Google Docs, which is important, use the generator plugin to create knowledge-based content. They interact with the large language model, and the content is created within Google Docs. They do this through simple prompts, and then automatically those are augmented by our tool. So the LXDs don't have to worry about things like branding or persona definition, governance issues. All of that is taken care of and maintained by someone else. When they add their prompts, then those prompts again are layered on top of that of theirs, and that is pushed to the LLM, and then the content is received and added to the Google Doc. The benefit of a system like this is that prompting is simpler and it's standardized, and then several people can work together in the same document, and the output is already created in a format that can be easily shared, and then it's a lot faster and more efficient to create and work with content in this way. So it's an example of something that anyone can build to become faster. Thanks, Danny.
Okay, folks, we have one question. Freddie asks, is automated agentic AI involved in the generator tool?
No, it's pretty straightforward. Andres, you can add to this if you want, but I wouldn't say it's agentic in that it's not a cycle or it's not improved. It's a linear process. We actually call those prompts the SweetRush value prompts and the client value prompts. So it's just a set of long prompts that have been reviewed and have been perfected over time that are stacked on top of the prompts that the learner designer is using. And then all of that package is pushed to the LLM by our tool, and then the content is brought back and added to the Google Docs. So it doesn't technically fit the definition of an agentic AI, but Andres, you can jump in with your response.
Something that I can add is that there are some features, some requested features that requires like a more complicated thing, like a post-processing a document or pre-processing a document. So we are analyzing adding some agentic features to that to make that work. But yeah, it will be new features, but yeah, is something possible.
The main takeaway about this is that we saw the necessity that the LXDs had, and now thanks to where technology is, you can either create a tool yourself that allows the work to be faster, standardized, and more scalable, or there are plenty of third-party solutions that you can also use. Now, why we chose this to do it ourselves versus a third-party tool, that could be a whole other webinar. But the main takeaway again is that this is something that everyone can start doing now.
Thank you both. Keep the questions coming. Thanks for the question, Freddie. We'll keep an eye for any others.
Okay, so transitioning now to the very top of our pyramid, the advanced modalities and insights layer. This is where we bring your strategic foundation and programmatic enablement to life through highly tailored individual AI experiences. Here we'll explore how we design and build custom L&D AIs that precisely match your specific learning objectives and business goals, offering truly personalized and impactful solutions. We have developed 5 distinct AI L&D products, each designed to meet specific learning and strategic needs, whether it's evaluating performance, delivering real-time coaching and reflection, assimilating knowledge and ideas from the group to see patterns or look at performance trends, curating personalized learning pathways, or simulating tasks and procedures. Each product can stand alone, or we can mix and match features across them to create a custom solution tailored to your needs, and we'll show you how that works. For our custom L&D AIs, the core is dynamic AI prompt engineering, which is a deep collaboration between the LXD team, the client, and our engineers. The anatomy of each prompt is precisely tailored to its learning function, whether it's an evaluator, coach, curator, etc. We define the AI's role and goal, its a personality and perspective. Then we give it step-by-step instructions. We want to give it detailed tasks. Then we give it constraints, which guide its behavior, and critically the pedagogy, so it dictates how we want it to deliver the learning for reflection. This iterative, human, validated process ensures that your AI delivers targeted, effective learning experiences aligned to your specific objectives, truly customized to create that behavior change. So here we've designed, or we can think of it in this Lego-like system, defining and creating different levels of complexity. So we can create and combine these features to design a truly bespoke solution. For instance, level 1 offers foundational features like an AI evaluator, while level 2 features more advanced capabilities, maybe like reflective guidance. So on the next slides, I'll show you some examples of how we can mix and match different products and put them together to create these really impactful learning experiences. So to bring these custom L&D AIs to life, let's look at this powerful example that we created with Hilton. We're creating a series of over 20 immersive scenarios where team members practice guest resolution skills. So again, you can imagine this as a Lego configuration combining coaching, simulation, and evaluation features. Take a moment and imagine that you're working at a hotel and a guest comes to you with a problem. It can be challenging to know what to do in real time, particularly when someone is unhappy. So in this experience, that's exactly what we wanted to simulate. Here, learners have the opportunity to put their guest resolution skills to the test and authentically engage with hotel guest avatars. We have voice detection technology, which allows learners to interact with avatars using their own voices and their own words. So similar to some of the other examples I shared, there are no multiple choice options or canned responses. There's only the learner's intuition. So this creates realistic and authentic scenarios that encourage deep practice. An AI feedback tool delivers personalized guidance to each and every learner based on their individual responses. This project was built using WebXR technology, which offers learners the choice to engage with the training in VR for a fully immersive experience or on their desktop computers. So this accessibility is really powerful for learning. It makes sure that all learners can participate and benefit from the simulation regardless of the available device. And then in this visual here, you can see some of those digital twins that Adriana and Andres were referring to earlier. So these are replicas that we've created of different Hilton spaces that we've used as a foundation for the simulation here. So when learners put on their headsets or when they access the experience, they feel like they're at a Hilton hotel, whether it's a branded room, whether it's a hotel, whether it's the lobby. So Hilton shared photos with us of the different spaces, and we used those to recreate these digital twins. Okay, and moving to the final block at the very top of our pyramid under the advanced modalities and insights layer, here we explore the transformative power of voice interactions and natural language processing. This capability is about making AI truly intuitive and conversational, allowing for seamless human-like experiences that deepen learning and engagement across the enterprise. So the true magic in AI-powered learning often lies in the seamless integration of AI and NLP technology, which is that natural language processing. This allows learners to receive powerful, personalized feedback, not just on what they said, but importantly on how they said it. Consider the impact. For sentiment in a public speaking simulation, for example, learners get live feedback on their pace, tone, and projection, helping them refine their delivery. When we look at intents, like in the hospitality training that we just demoed to you, the NLP engine analyzes a learner's vocal responses to a guest's problem, interpreting their strategic intent against Hilton's service recovery model. And with word choice in a customer service scenario, learners might receive real-time coaching on whether their language is operationally or even culturally appropriate. This deep conversational analysis allows for highly nuanced skill development. So here's a slide that helps you visualize sentiment analysis more fully. Imagine getting instant visual feedback on your communication style. This incredible insight allows learners to refine, again, not just what they said, but how they said it, driving profound changes in communication behavior, which is a truly advanced capability for your learning programs. And here's an example that helps to bring this to life. And similar to the Hilton case study, this project also just sits so perfectly at the intersection of three very powerful technologies for learning. We have virtual reality, we have AI, and we have voice recognition and NLP technology. So here, in partnership with a global food and beverage company, we created an immersive conversation simulation where company leaders are able to practice their coaching skills. Learners use their own voices and their own words to engage in authentic back and forth dialogue with real-time animated avatars. This eliminates the limitations of multiple choice prompts or canned responses, forcing learners to rely on their instinctive coaching abilities. This approach creates a level of realism and engagement that traditional training simply cannot match. It's about capturing the nuances of human interaction in a virtual space. The AI engine analyzes the learner's spoken responses, recognizing their intent, their word choice, and even their tone of voice. The AI then delivers highly personalized guidance tailored to the individual learner's performance. This feedback is immediate, it's specific, and it's actionable, allowing learners to quickly identify areas for improvement and to refine their coaching techniques. These examples are just a glimpse into the future of immersive, adaptive, and personalized learning. And as an L&D professional, it does not get more exciting than this. So Tiff, back over to you to close us up here.
Absolutely. And I saw a question come in, when we will certainly get to those just momentarily. We will be starting our Q&A segment very shortly. But I just want to share a brief call to action here, because it's really important to think about why now, why us, and then what is next. Why now? Because AI is already in the building. Our people are already using the tools. But as we've discussed, we need a really strong strategic foundation to ensure that we are protecting our data, our intellectual property, our relationships with clients and with our own people, as well as our reputation as we use AI to boost our productivity. So we need that in place before we start leveraging. And why us? Well, as L&D leaders, we're uniquely able to advocate for both our people and our business, because we talk to everyone. We have the X-ray vision to see across our organizations, connecting resources and people across departments and functions, and helping to find efficiencies. So we can really use our role as connectors and strategic partners to lead in this pivotal moment. It's been said the AI revolution is on par with the dawn of the internet, the industrial revolution, and so on. So we really want to bring both our optimism and our sense of caution to the table here. What's next? Well, let's think back to those opportunities that we've been talking about to partner with AI to capture internal wisdom and knowledge, help teams have better conversations with clients and guests, help learners through complex challenges that will really stretch their ingenuity in new ways. If you're wondering where to start, just like a sort of thought starter, we'd love to gift you a copy of our latest ebook to help you get inspired. I will drop that link into chat right now. And of course, we'd love to keep the conversation going and hear about your vision and your AI journey. So please reach out and share. I'm going to drop all of our LinkedIn profiles into the chat right now. And I would also like to invite you to spend some time with us live. We've really enjoyed spending time with you today. And if you are headed to Milwaukee next week for the Strategy Summit, or Vegas for DevLearn in November, please do say hello. You can look for these friendly faces or just follow the rainbow heart to booth 358 at DevLearn. And now, without further ado, let's move on to the Q&A. I just perfect timing. Somebody's asked, how accurate is the sentiment analysis? Research on emotions has discovered that the labeling and expression of emotions is influenced by culture. Oh, good question.
So over the past, so I'm don't know the exact figures, but I do know that maybe 3 years ago, where we started using this technology, the vendor that we used said they were like between 70 to 80% accurate in like determining the sentiment or I don't want to use the word guessing, but determining what the state of the person that was talking to the 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 computer or the project that we had. Over the past years, up until last time that we had a conversation around how accurate those systems were, I think it was between 90 to 95%. And a lot of that boost came from AI, because before the sentiment was done using only audio, like pitch and modality and tonality and all those things. With AI, the analysis added the context layer or what the person was saying. So it's like a mix of the two things. So that increased accuracy. And then, however, when it's done with people like maybe Andres and I that are not native English speakers, that accuracy diminishes a little. It gets back to like 80%, something like that. But those are like around the numbers that we've seen.
Something that I could add there is that, for example, if you have a particular need or you have particular population that you want to analyze, there is a possibility to fine-tune models to improve for that particular case. So it become good at certain cultural details about voice and speak. If you are definitely if you are up to build all the data set that it needs to be retrained the model. But yeah, it is possible to improve it, focus on a particular group.
Yeah.
And then I was just going to add that we try and narrow down the emotions so that we're targeting some specific ones rather than the entire broad range of human emotion. So for the two examples that that we showcased previously, I think we narrowed it down to sadness, anger, fear, neutral, and happiness. So 5 emotions, which helps so that the system doesn't get confused between nuanced emotions. You know, we're keeping it really targeted. And we're focusing in on the specific ones that lend themselves the most to the learning objective and to the experience.
Thank you, folks. I saw another question earlier, and I just wondered if we might want to deepen that. Adriana, I saw that you had answered already, but there was a question about the vocal engine and whether it analyzes the transcripted text. I believe this was for the pinnacle of the pyramid. For the sentiment analysis or also the voice quality modulation, etc. For example, that is the actual audio quality. Anything we wanted to add there?
It's similar to what we just responded. It's a mix. So different technologies are being used almost at the same time to do this analysis. Andres, do you want to add anything else?
No, yes, it's basically that all aspects of the audio are taken in consideration. Everything from volume, pitch to cadence. So yeah, it's a pretty, but of course, mixed with text and mixed with image, you could get a different, you could get, of course, a more complete emotion analysis.
Thank you. Well, that looks like the extent of our questions, unless anyone's got one ready to send. We wanted to thank you for your participation today. We've loved spending time with you. If you get any ahas or questions coming to mind after we close for today, we would love to follow up with you and keep the conversation going. So you've got our LinkedIn connections just above in chat, as well as our link to our ebook. Thank you so much, everyone.